And here's your host, Timmy Ballon!
Sorry about that. Welcome to the Tonight Show, and I'm your host, Timmy Ballon. Tonight we have some very utopianistic guests, such as Ralph Waldo Emerson, Henry David Thoreau, and Brigham Young.
Our first guest tonight is Brigham Young.
Thanks for coming tonight.
Thank you for having me.
So, what you been up to lately?
I've been up to a lot. The founder of our religious group, Joseph Smith, was recently murdered in Illinois. So I've been trying to take leadership and bring my people to the western frontier, where I think we will have less problems. We're trying to establish New Zion, a new religious community out near the Great Salt Lake at the moment.
Cool. So tell me a little bit more about your religious group, the Mormons.
So Joseph Smith, our founder, was not satisfied with the other churches established. We prayed to God and was led to a holy scripture, now known as the Book of Mormons. Smith didn't agree with the other churches, feeling they didn't fulfill a true connection to God. He took a long time searching for the correct group, and finally, not wanting to join any pre-established groups due to their inadequate practices, he founded our church.
Thanks for the insight. Now, are there any special religious practices or beliefs you'd like to share with us?
Well, we do believe in polygamy, which is a man having more than one wife.
And I believe that Mr. Young here has supplied us with an example of this.
I got more where that came from.
Alright, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show and sharing your thoughts with us. You're welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
And for our next guest tonight, the esteemed Ralph Waldo Emerson. Thanks for coming tonight, Mr. Emerson.
Good.
Now, you're understandably very accomplished, but what do you stand for?
Well, Timmy, honestly, I stand for the American spirit. I'm a transcendentalist, so artistic expression is more important than wealth to me. I stand for individualism, and I don't particularly agree with business practices or truthfully with churches. I believe in equal rights for African Americans also.
Thank you for sharing your mode of self-conduct. Now, would you like to share some of your accomplishments with us?
I've written various essays and given many speeches, including Nature and the American Scholar. And I'm a great proponent of abolitionism.
I believe I have here an excerpt from your speech, Nature, which I'm going to read to the audience. The scholar is he of all men whom this spectacle most engages. He must settle its value in his mind. What is nature to him? There is never a beginning, there is never an end, to the inexplicable continuity of this web of God, but always circular power returning to itself.
Yes, that's one of my greatest orations.
And what would you say is the main idea of that speech?
Well, I believe that nature is all-powerful force in the world, and we must look to nature for insight and understanding of our surroundings. That is one of the driving forces of my works.
Well, thank you for sharing your ideas and accomplishments with us tonight. Good luck to you in the future, and thanks for coming on the show. And for our final guest tonight, a man who lived alone in the woods for 2 years to observe truths about life and nature. It is the mighty transcendentalist, Henry David Thoreau. Now, would you like to share with us some of your experiences of living in the woods for 2 years?
The experience was truly life-changing. As my friend Mr. Emerson, I'm a transcendentalist. One of the main or essential ideas of transcendentalism is a harmony between man and nature. To test the validity of this, I lived in a cabin in the woods, and I made observation upon observation, and I compiled these writings into my book, Walden. Well, this sucks.
As we can see, you had a lot of fun in the woods. Now, can you tell us some of your ideas about laws in general?
I believe that it's correct to disobey laws that are unjust and to accept the punishment. This is known as civil disobedience. I believe civil disobedience is not wrong. It is simply defending our natural rights. I also disagree with war. It is violent and usually unnecessary.
Well, you are a very wise and intelligent man, and I appreciate your input on this show tonight. Thanks for coming, and good luck to you in the future.
Thank you.
This concludes our show for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night for exclusive interviews with Margaret Fuller and Nathaniel Hawthorne. Good night.